which kind of ways do you advise to the Islamic people to spread Islam? And of course, you touch sometimes the subject.
Well, I always tell, I taught at a Sunday school for Muslim kids, so they go to public school so they don't learn about their religion, and I taught 7th grade boys, and the boys, you know, they're 13 and 14, and I told them, I said, the number one reason why people convert to Islam is because of you. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, how do you act as a Muslim? Most people convert to Islam because of another Muslim. I said, so it's really your role here is to convey a positive image about Islam and yourself. People will change their minds one-on-one. You know, to do a big campaign, it doesn't have as much effect as if I talk to you face to face and you learn about me and I learn about you. This is, to me, the best way to spread Islam or convey Islam in a more positive way here in the United States. It's just one-on-one communication. That's the best way.
I think you're right, exactly. Even the big campaigns and others cannot affect if you have very good friends and if you know that this attitude is from Islam.
Right. Or you reach out to your neighbor and they get to know, no, I have Muslim neighbors and they're very nice people. I don't know what you're talking about. They're good people. They always check on me. They're nice. They bring me food. You know, that's how you spread Islam and that's how you change people's opinion about Islam, is through how you live. And I think even in the Prophet's time, you know, peace be upon him, that's how people converted. They saw how he acted and they said, okay, I'm going to be a Muslim. I want to be like that too.
It's happening in a lot of countries like Bosnia and some Balkanic countries. When they saw your attitude, it's not necessary to speak more. They saw you and they became very heart to heart.
Right. Well, look at Indonesia, the biggest Muslim country in the world. How did it get there? For some people, some immigrants, they learned from other Muslims. It was one-on-one.
They had one trade, trade.
You're right, the trade, exactly, and they met each other. See?
Still, what do you think about fasting, Ramadan?
Yeah, that's really hard. Fasting's really hard, especially for me. You know, it's very hard.
Don't say hard.
Well, really it is. See, you're telling me how to, see, that's what you're, don't tell me what to think now. That's what converts hate. No, you shouldn't. Fasting's not hard. It's not bad. But that's what we don't like hearing. It's like, you know, it is. Teach me.
Of course, I learned a lot of things from you. There is, as far as I remember, Sallallahu says, even if you leave some hardness in the prayer and to leave Islam, don't bring to the mouth. Keep in your heart, Allah will give the cost of that. But to bring your tongue is not advice, just an idea. So even, I don't say that, you know you are lying. No. This is just to have more benefit.
Right.
Okay.
No, it's okay. Well, fasting in the beginning was, fasting when I first converted, it was easy because I lived in Chicago. And at the time, we broke the fast in, I forgot, it was like in early spring. And we broke the fast at 4:30 in the afternoon. And I was like, oh, this is easy, you know, no problem. But then as the years went on, and then we moved to Texas, the days get longer. And now it's in the summer, and you're fasting for like 16 hours, you know, and it's like, whoa. But you're right, you have to put your mind to it. And once you put your mind to it, you know, and you have to grow into it as well. Some Muslims, when they first convert, they cannot fast. You know, they will try, but it's very, very hard for them. And also another problem is that other born Muslims will become very critical of them if you're vocal about it. Like I told you, oh, fasting's hard. You're like, no, fasting's hard. And then I'm like, well, why is it easy for him, but it's hard for me? Is there something wrong with me? So I think, you know, you have to grow into these things. Some people can do it straight away, no problem. You know, but I think people have to be forgiving of themselves and easy on themselves and train themselves into it, you know. But that's a really hard thing because like in the U.S. we have so much food, you know. Many of us are overweight and we love our food. And to go without food for so long, and water. You know, I think people are okay with food, it's just the drink, you know. If I could just drink, I'd be okay. But But you have to get used to it. You know, if you're not born Muslim and you're an adult and then boom, you start fasting, it can be difficult. But that's why, you know, like we train our children, you know, you can fast from, you know, breakfast to lunch. Oh, you can, and then as they get older, and then you start training them because they become used to this. It becomes something normal in their life, you know. But somebody, if you've never fasted before, it can be hard.
What do you do? What do the praying?
That's another issue with converts. I've heard some women say, I don't feel it. You know, and this just means I'm not feeling this connection with God when I pray, because it's not in your language, and it can, if you don't really understand what prayer is for, it can be difficult if you're when you're a current convert, because when you pray in the Christian church, it's a very emotional thing. But prayer in the Christian church is more like what I would say when we make dua. You know, when you're asking God for something, that's more like the prayer in the Protestant church anyway. And so sometimes it is. It just seems like it's a ritual, you know, la, 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 la. You know, so you really have to keep your mind in it. But I think a lot of born Muslims have this problem too. You know, you're praying and all of a sudden you start thinking, oh, what am I going to get at the grocery store? Yeah, I got to get that paper. That's due. Oh, my job. I need to get gas. Your mind starts wandering off. So you really have to focus, you know. And also, you also have to know what every part of the prayer means. You can learn it in Arabic and you can recite it in Arabic, but if you don't know why you say that for that reason, you know, there's the part that, you know, before you say the Shahada, you know, you've already prostrated, you're on your knees, and the part where you say the Shahada, before that, you know, that's supposed to be when the Prophet, peace be upon him, ascended to heaven, you know, and he met up with the angel. And, you know, if you don't know that part of the story, it may not mean anything to you. So it's very important that you learn all the background so you know, why am I saying this, for what reason, so it does become meaningful for you and you can feel it, as we say.
What you said is really good. You know, you said that it's not enough to show the shapes. You must express the spiritual container of the religion. Am I wrong? They say,
Right.
okay, this is the 5 pillar. For example, the lady or man converts. They say it is the 5 pillar of Islam. Go ahead. So it's
Right.
not enough. As far as I understood from you, that they should give the spiritual.
Well, you have to know
meanings and
why.
informations of the religion, isn't it? You mean this?
Right, and you have to really know why do we prostrate? Why do I bend on my knees? Why do I do that? You have to know each part of the prayer, and then you have to really focus on it. You have to stay in it. You know, you can't just, you know, like I said, if you don't focus, your mind starts wandering, going away. And I bet that happens to anybody, not just converts. I'm sure that's happened to you.
It depends on the science of the people, because the people who are very scientific, they go to God, Allah, and they feel they're
Right.
speaking this and that. It depends on the people how much they effort, how much you worship, and this is became easy.
Right. Well, it's like fasting. You have to put your mind into it. Okay, now I'm going to pray, and I have to envision that I am standing before Allah. I am standing before Allah as His humble servant, and I'm going to do this ritual that I was told to do, and I know what this ritual is for, and I know each part and why it was revealed and why we are told to do this. And you have to try very hard to focus on it. It may not every time be a life-altering experience. And I think that's maybe what some converts are looking for, is to have some, you know, big moment when you feel God and you start crying and you feel all this emotion. You know, you feel very humble before God. That doesn't always happen, but that's okay. You still need to pray. As much, you know, you still need to do the 5 daily prayers. Well, I was telling you, I read that book, 1453, and about the history of Muhammad the Conqueror. And I found it very fascinating. And I've always wanted to visit Turkey since then. And inshallah, one day, it seems like a... You know what I think about Turkey? I'll tell you this. This thought just came to my mind. I think Turkey is like the ancient United States in a way. Why? Because Turkey, in the ancient times, people from all over came to Turkey. You know, you look at Turkish faces, they're all different people. You know, I have a friend, Her name's Fatima. She has blonde hair and blue eyes, a beautiful woman. And yeah, I wouldn't think she was Turkish. And then I've met other Turkish people, black hair, black eyes. And, you know, they look Eastern European to me, or they look Greek. So Turkey, in the old ancient times, this was a meeting place of all different civilizations. You know, so when I was reading the history of Turkey, I thought that was so interesting because in a way that's the way the United States is now. The United States is the same way. We have cultures from all over the place, all meeting together in one place. So inshallah one day I could visit Turkey and the wonderful, beautiful people there, inshallah.
And do you want to celebrate the Holy Ramadan? Because possibly this is
That would be interesting.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes. What did you say? I'm
To
sorry.
celebrate the Holy Ramadan to the audience. Because this will broadcast in the Ramadan.
Oh.
If you want to celebrate, you can say something.
Oh, I would say Ramadan Mubarak to the beautiful people of Turkey. May Allah bless you in this special time and make it easy on you and for all of us, inshallah.